we are pleased to introduce a symbol that will signify the central place of Jesus Christ in His church. This symbol includes the name of the church contained within the cornerstone. Jesus Christ is the chief cornerstone.
Travis Wayne Goodsell, we got breaking news. There is a dog riot at the dog pound. The dogs are uprising and breaking free. Dogs and cats rioting together. Mass hysteria. Awesome. They heard about the pets getting eaten. Two things for this video. See, YouTube thinks they're funny by recommending Mormon channels to me. To prove the church is true. Oh, Travis, we got you. Nope, because I can just turn it right back on you and expose the fraud, as is what we're going to be doing here. Should we do the imposter first, or the misinformed Christian Mormon who's now turned Christian? Both involve the same thing. The imposter. We'll do the imposter first. It's on the screen. Good. And so, they're bringing in the air support to calm down the dogs. They got them. We'll have a moment of silence for the poor doggies. No more jockey treats. All dogs go to heaven, I understand. Isn't that by a Mormon? Or is that the American Tale that was the Mormon? One of them's a Mormon. I think it's the All Dogs Go to Heaven. Along with the dinosaur guy. All dinosaurs go to heaven or something like that. A movie series. Maybe even a TV series or something like that. Well, anyway. So, new, interesting. How can you tell if a YouTube channel is a fraud, fake news channel, an imposter, posing as somebody else? See, they're supposed to identify themselves as AI or a fake channel so that people don't get deceived. So, the channel, Russell Marion Nelson. Is this really him? It says it is. Just like there's Doctrine and Covenants passages that say they were written by Joseph Smith, so it must be by Joseph Smith. So this YouTube channel saying it's Russell Marion Nelson, it must be him because it says so. See how I can turn it back on you? You can't shut me down, YouTube. You just can't. The church cannot be true. Cannot be true. Oh, we got 3. I forgot about the commenter. Hilarious. So we got a lot of stuff to do. Don't want to make this an hour. Don't even want to make it 30 minutes, but we're doing it. So, in the thumbnail picture for Russell Marion Nelson, you have the most recent one from 5 hours ago when I took the snapshot. He's already got 31 views, doing better than me. And yeah, there's some others that indicate he's doing way better than me. Brand new guy, and yet YouTube's favoring him. I see what's going on. Okay, so the title of the video is Christ is Risen! Exclamation point. Faith in Him Will Move Mountains by President Russell M. Nelson. Really? Nelson can move mountains, huh? Amazing. And so the thumbnail picture. It's got new in the upper left-hand corner. And then the text, Christ is risen! Exclamation point. Faith in Him will move mountains. And then it's got Dallin H. Oaks. And then at the base of Dallin H. Oaks, it says Russell M. Nelson. And then in the background, there's a T-cross being carried by somebody with somebody else behind him. The next picture, exactly the same, except for the text. Drawing the power of Jesus Christ into our lives. And so, sure enough, the title is the same thing. By President Russell M. Nelson. And then the next one has actually President Russell M. Nelson with the name under it. And still the new, all of them have new. Even though he's got 110 videos, they're all new. Which, yeah, you know, it's a few days old. How firm our foundation. And and then there's a hashtag Russell M. Nelson in this title. And sure enough, there's now a cross standing straight up. And those are the two backgrounds that I see here. Somebody carrying the cross at sunset, and sunrise maybe, with the cross erect on a podium of some kind. And then it's got both Dallin H. Oaks and Russell M. Nelson both being labeled as Russell M. Nelson. And so yeah, it's the same pattern for every single video. And so starting with the most recent, 31 views, 866 views. This one's premiering today at 5 p.m. Oh! And then rejoice in the gift of priesthood keys that he doesn't have because he only claims Peter, James, and John. 7.9K and 1.2K. And 532. There goes the dumpster with all the dogs in it. Sad. Anybody catch that in the recent thumbnail picture with the copper ladies busting pornos? The one at the far right? You notice that? I saw that at the end of the show, and I just went, what? She's dead? And so I Google searched, and sure enough, she died. She was battling cancer and decided to continue with the show until she died. So, yeah, very sad. So yeah, the show, the season 6 ended with her walking off into the desert down in some south of the border area where they had to go to rescue. So, yeah. Good show. And then 3.1K, and then 621. So he's up and down, but obviously favored by YouTube. Because the YouTube Mormon employee is getting fooled here. Now, Mormons are supposed to have the power of discernment, and if Mormon says they don't have the power of discernment, they will at least acknowledge that their bishops do. How did you know I was cheating on my wife? Well, she told me when I was cheating on you with her. Now, is this really Nelson? This is a tough one. The outward appearance says yes, it's him. He's doing YouTube videos. The thumbnail picture is him. So is it him? Or is this an imposter? As an angel of light? Do you have the power of discernment to know? Maybe we should pray about it and get a spiritual witness feeling. Dumbasses all. Apparently you went on vacation during conference to go smear poop on the walls of the Capitol building, that you missed the big conference talk where Nelson changed building construction forever. Takes a side trip from altering scripture and doctrine and translation and logic and truth and science. Oh my God. I've had such a wonderful ride this whole latter days covering the video clips of Nelson. Yes, this was another video clip that I mocked him over. He said that Jesus Christ is now the chief cornerstone of the cornerstone. Oh my God. And to prove that it's true, placed him on top of the cornerstone, which is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which is him as a member of the 12 apostles, the president of the church. Oh my God. And so, if you saw that video clip, which you didn't, you went on vacation to the Capitol building to smear poop on the walls. It's the thing to do these days, I guess. Government's not going to come get you. God. And so then there's a line that curves at the top, like a snow globe, the snow globe Jesus. You shake him up, and then lightning strikes on him. Idol God Jesus, all bow to the statue. Look, it's bleeding. Church is true. Oh my God. I'm setting it up for the commenter. Oh my God. Fallacy. This is just destroying mankind, making people stupid. Logic, take me away. Nelson said, that is our symbol. There is no other symbol. That's it, right there. And it's on their website at the bottom of the page. Because of the humiliation I gave them, they have to hide it at the bottom of the pages. So at the top, you see the cornerstone with the name. And then Jesus separate. Oh my God. It's like he doesn't even bother to read the scriptures. It's like he attended church, he heard it, he remembered 50 years ago somebody was talking about the chief cornerstone of the cornerstone, wasn't it? Wasn't that the Sunday school lesson? Oh my God. So, yeah. Oh, dear God. Oh, dear God. So, yeah, I remember when Nelson changed to stop doing the cornerstone temple ceremonies, where they get little kids doing photo ops, smearing poop on the temple walls. In preparation for the government coup, when Jesus comes to murder you. Oh my God. But yeah, we do not use the cross as a symbol. Especially, we don't invert the cross as a symbol. Invert it? Oh. Yeah, cross, from the Gospels in Greek, is the Chi. You know, that Constantine guy who deceived everybody, threatened to murder them if they didn't become Christian. Give up their religion, give up their name of Christ, give up their theology and their scripture, and now become Christian under Constantine. Okay? And so, unlike the J-Dubs who said, oh, we're smart, the Romans used poles. No. Cross. And there's a reason, because it's the day and the hour of his coming in the latter days. But some dumbass Christian wrote in, no man knows the day or the hour. But nonetheless, you invert an X by making it a T. And so who turned the cross into an inverted T? Can you say KKK, boys and girls? And so since that time, Christians have been going back in history and painting T's where there should be crosses. And I'm sure there's some other painters during pre-KKK also, but yeah, that's an inversion. And that KKK came from the Confederates. One of the Confederate leaders, after losing the Civil War, branched off and went and formed the KKK. And then, thus, the CTR shield that Mormons embrace. Corrupt the righteous, right? Isn't that what it means? That's what I get told in church. Yeah. The inverted cross of Jesus. Now a Nazi. And thus white supremacist Christian nationalists. With the T rather than the X. See, the Confederates had the cross. And then inverted pentagrams. They tell you who they are, and you just deny and lie like the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Okay? So yeah, this is an imposter who's turning Nelson into full-on Christian, getting rid of Nelson's own symbol for the cross of Christianity. Dumbass. Okay. And then the other one, let's see, was a comment. But I should have written, oh, that's right. Yeah, I wrote it down. Okay. So we'll do him. And then this. Yep. All right. Save the best for last. Little Big Bird. So, another YouTube video that YouTube recommended to me as mockery was a guy who was interviewing Kai Van Leuven, who claims that he's a descendant of Emily Dow Partridge, who he says outright was married to Joseph Smith, and then when Joseph Smith was killed, she was then married to Brigham Young, who bred her. And so he's a descendant of Brigham Young and Emily Dow Partridge. Now, is this an imposter? Is he telling the truth about church history? Or is he lying? Can you discern? Do you have the power of discernment with spiritual witness feelings? Remember that whole Nicolaitan band thing that I was just utterly horrified with when I did the video? I thought, hey, let's check out the Nicolaitan band, see what they're up to these days. It's code for the Danites in section 117. And they're claiming it was by Joseph Smith. Well, see, the name's there. It's got to be him. It can't be an imposter or a forged document. Nobody would ever forge documents to fool the discerning powers of prophets, seers, revelators, and not translators. who have the keys of the priesthood to be the head of the church with only Peter, James, and John, and not Moses, who is the Jewish Christ. Because nobody can be the Christ. Those Jews, they don't know what they're talking about. You got to correct their scripture, correct their doctrine, correct their ritual, correct their Christ, just like we had to do with Joseph. All sorts of corrections and editings and forged documents to prove the church is true now with Brigham as the successor. So no. Sorry, Kai. Your 4th grade grandmother was a slut whore who was going around banging the Danite men and then writing in her journal that it was Joseph that she was only faithful and true to until he died, and then Brigham Young took her and bred her. Should have done your research rather than trusting the church. Emily Dow Partridge, slut whore for Jesus. Church is true. So anyway, he's talking about how he left the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, founded by his Brigham Young descendant, and claims Joseph. Again, he's clueless about church history. He believes the lie, and yet doesn't get it. He leaves the Christian Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, because it's in the name, and he leaves. And I didn't stick around long enough to hear why he left. I wanted to find out who it was that was a descendant of Brigham Young who left the church. And it was the guy being interviewed. They did the annoying thing by putting short clips at the beginning. I would never do that. You're accusing them of doing the exact same thing you do, Travis. I do have the clip that I made at the end of the video the other day, in which I explain the curse of Brigham Young, the DNA of Brigham Young on his descendants. It's unclear if it's passed through men, because I'm only hearing from women. And so, yeah, we need to do more research on the descendants of Brigham Young, and there's thousands of you. They're all over the place. So, yeah, I'm hearing all sorts of problems with Utah Mormons with pre-existing conditions, and thus, if you're a direct descendant of Brigham Young and one of the gang-banged wives, that would explain it. That would explain it. So, yeah. This is where you need to know the truth. You can't just take a Mormon myth or trust what somebody else says and feel it's true and therefore go around and spread the lie. She was not sealed to Joseph Smith, ever. Section 117 blows it all wide open, because the Danites threatened Thomas B. Marsh, saying Joseph Smith is telling us to do this. He's our leader of the Danites. And yet, Section 117, 40 years later, says, nope. Joseph Smith condemns the Danites, condemns Newell K. Whitney, and yet still has him go to Anamon-Diamond, which was the secret headquarters of the Danites, in preparation for the Mormon War. That got Joseph Smith framed and blamed, and out of the way for Brigham Young to coup. And I don't get it, because Brigham Young put it in the final year of his life in his last Doctrine and Covenants. I guess he forgot. Or he didn't care anymore. Because in 1874, he comes out with a sermon saying Joseph Smith was too stupid to come up with polygamy. It was all my idea. 40 years later, he confesses. Unbelievable. Then another 2 years, and then he puts in section 117, saying that Joseph Smith was too stupid to be the leader of the Danites. Oh my God. Why is nobody else doing this research? Why did you make me do it? Alright, so little Big Bang. Posted a comment 1 hour ago when I did the snapshot on my video, which was at one time part of the Big Bang of my YouTube views. LDS Church to confess Joseph Smith and Book of Mormon are Jewish at October 2024 General Conference. It's the most wonderful time of the year, where the prophets get up and lie and say they're a religion when they're just a corp. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and thus why I'm getting cyber attacked. So, little Big Bird, little Big Bang, whatever. It looks like he's climbing up a ladder and he's got a maintenance shirt or something. He says, now remember the video title, Nelson's going to confess we're Jewish, not Christian. Because Jesus is the chief cornerstone of the cornerstone. And if you didn't know, Jewish religion is not Christian religion. They're not the same. And it's abominable to say they are, or to replace the Jews. It's also called anti-Semitic. Right, Mohammed? And so he says, I was at a conference where Jews are now confident, try and secure, in recognizing Anishinaabe peoples are of Jewish origin. Stargate SG-1 origin with Marina Baccarat. Wow. She was also in V. It's pretty much a slam dunk. What the hell are you talking about? What's a slam dunk? Somebody's spiritual witness feelings that you're just throwing out there as a claim? With no link to the conference? Was it a state conference where a member of the church got up and lied? Yeah, the Jews are now confident, recognizing the Anishinaabe peoples are of Jewish origin. And then he goes, oh wow, the church is so true. Slam dunk. Or was it a Jewish conference? There are Jewish conferences. They talk about how Germany slaughtered them in World War II, trying to find them around the world. They have those kinds of conferences. So why would they be concerned with American Indians being Jewish in origin? Anyway, he doesn't say. Nor does he talk about DNA evidence. Science-based, logical, Socratic methodology, theory development to be tested for confirmation. Nope. He throws in speculation, itching ears, faith promotion. I was at a conference where Jews are now confident in recognizing Ashkenazi peoples are of Jewish origin. It's pretty much a slam dunk. For what? That Joseph Smith and the Book of Mormon are Jewish and not Christian? I don't get it. You're not subscribed to me, like James Goldstein is. Or Child Faith, who's hidden his subscription, or did you cancel your subscription? Are you wanting to be one of the 12 apostles or not, Child Faith? Are you a doubting Thomas apostle? Many are called, but few doubt. Why are they kicked out? Because they doubt. So I replied. I allowed this to go through because of how vague it was as to what he's trying to say. And I say, sure thing, exclamation point. LDS Church cannot be true as Christian, exclamation point. Thanks for referencing the conference link where Jews in attendance had a spiritual witness feeling that the Great Lakes Indians are Jewish rather than running DNA tests to prove the church is false as Christian. Another Mormon myth debunked with spiritual witness feelings. Thank you. I am such a brat. Step aside, Harris. I'm the new brat. And so, yeah, if either way, whatever he meant by his generality in words, I was able to cover it. If he's claiming the church is true as Christian because American Indians were confirmed Jewish by Jews without actual confirming, then yeah, I utterly humiliated him using his own lingo of Christian Mormonism and his own fallacy arguments. But also I'm condemning him if he meant that Joseph Smith and the Book of Mormon are Jewish, and therefore the church can't be true as Christian of Brigham Young, thinking that he's supporting me without subscribing. Because you can't just say the church is false. You can't throw out, well, I was at a conference, because on my mission I heard so many missionaries talk about how, oh yeah, I knocked on the door, David Bowie, Brian David Mitchell, and models on the boardwalk, you know, and David Letterman and Motley Crue and all that stuff. As we just had a missionary come home from his mission and he sees some country rapper guy who's tatted all over, and he gives him a Book of Mormon and takes a picture with him, and the guy is giving the sign of Lucifer in the picture, and it makes the local news. Our missionaries seem to want to impress others by lying. And so in the church, I'm hearing numerous people talking about how there's a cave of Lehi in Jerusalem. And so then they speculate on it. Well, obviously that was where Lehi stayed after he left Jerusalem and that he carved his name on rocks. And so it proves the Book of Mormon is literal history true. You just dig a deeper pit for the claims of this church. You are not accepting facts, all to promote your agenda, whether it's pro or against the church. And I will not tolerate it without mockery first. Just like I did with polygamy. Cut it out, everybody. Do the research. If you are not an expert in the field, don't go spreading around that I heard this and I heard that and so said this and I was at a conference where. No! Do like the young little girl on her mission in Las Vegas, quoting President M. Russell Nelson with Oakes's picture. With the cross that we don't have, it's supposed to be Jesus from the tomb. Saying that Travis is right. He's the real prophet, seer, revelator, and translator that we don't even claim, with that one video that he did way back in July of 2017 that got 40,000 YouTube views, and so we panicked and ordered YouTube to shut him down ever since. But we've got plans to murder him this year, and they failed. But they got me the next year. So thus I'm now here. After 9 months in Gail Miller's concentration camp of hell of human trafficking, I was like those dogs. That are now being taken to the dump. Sad. Doggies, they just wanted a doggy treat and somebody pet them. But Benson says no petting. Because petting is the same as pregnancy. I gotta find out. I have never known what petting means. I know it has something to do with sexuality or arousing the sex organs, but I have no clue what it means. There's the AI version. Petting is when two people kiss and touch each other in a sexual way, but without having sexual intercourse. Well, the temple law of chastity says only sexual intercourse, and then it was changed after 91, when I got back from my mission, to sexual relations. It was intercourse in 89 when I went through in the Los Angeles temple. Lots of angels around. So yeah. So yeah, the AI adds other stuff. So in a sexual way, there's only one way to have sex. Seed, egg, baby. That's it. There is no other form of sex. There's masturbation, but this says there is no masturbation involved. So yeah, many Mormon women, I guess that's why they don't want a massage, just because that's petting. Okay. That finally has now been resolved in my brain after 54 years. when Benson brought it up. In 1986, April, General Conference, to the youth of the noble birthright, priesthood session, when I had just become a priest. And Metallica just came out with Master of Puppets. And then Benson said, no! Beaten tone! God. This church is so obsessed with porn, and yet they are the sexual deviants. To the extreme. Dear God. They doth protesteth too much, and they turn Mormons into weapons. Sex weapons. Sex bomb. Is that a song or is that a movie? We're just wasting time now. We're done. Mormons are stupid. That's the theme. They make stuff up to prove the church is true, and in so doing, the nude bomb, that's Get Smart. Yeah, that was an excellent movie from the TV show. Sex Bomb. Tom Jones. Oh, we have got our theme song in the description below. Tom Jones. Another death by anyone. I think that's Tom Jones, isn't it? That's the same song. I don't think he does the Simpsons version of I Could Love 1,000 Girls or 1,000,000 Girls, whatever the number is. That's an excellent song too. Hey everybody, it's Homer Simpson, party guy. And the Simpsons just mocks Christianity with the argument that they then use to ban pornography with. There are mothers, there are daughters. Oh, the porn industry just got a whole bunch of ideas. Oh my God, stop, stop, I'm begging you.